So I'm sure we've seen this video, and kudos to this girl for being able to laugh at herself. But she was doing her tiny twist bun, and Kev on stage. Kev on stage did. It's for black people anyway. And it was at this moment that she knew. But the comment, Bantu, not. Them some, I bet not. Oh my God.
Okay, y'all. So this client came into my shop today giving me a hard time. Look at this. Would you look at this? She came in and was like, I want Alicia Keys braids. Can you make me look like Alicia Keys? And I was like, oh boy, here we go. I just wanted to tell her, sis, the difference between you and Alicia is that Alicia is black and you're not. Okay, Alicia got that black people scalp. She got that hard scalp, that wood scalp. Okay, that's why our mamas used to call us hard-headed. That's what they meant. You got that snowflake scalp, which means that your scalp turned red 2 seconds after we touch it. Your head can't hold no braids.
It's for black people anyway. It's for black people anyway. It's for black people anyway.
You want me to count her down? You ready?
Oh, wait, T, I couldn't see your fingers.
They was gone.
They was doing something, girl. They wasn't there. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sister Talk with LTV, Season 5, Episode 2. I'm so happy to be back here with you all. My sisters are happy to be back here with you all. I want to say hello to our loyal viewers, our loyal Sister Talkers. You guys have a name, just in case you didn't know. You are our Sister Talkers, and thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for coming back and tuning in for another episode. And if you share with a friend, thank you for doing that. To all of our new viewers, hello and welcome. We are your new friends. Welcome home where you can be you. I am Brittany. These are my lovely, lovely sisters. Miss Nisha, say hello.
Hello.
And we also have the beautiful Tierra. Say hello.
Hello.
And I just want to point out, Tierra did her own hair, just so y'all know. And it looks fabulous. So I just had to point that out. But yes.
Huh? Look good too. Nisha hair looks good too. I did that too, y'all.
Yeah. See, like we said last episode, jack of all trades. We just gonna have to do a episode about all the things that Tierra can do.
Oh my gosh.
Like that. But yes, guys, we are Sister Talk, and welcome to our channel. Please have a seat, grab a snack, stay a while, because it's gonna get pretty entertaining up in here. So before we move on, of course, we have to go over our mission statement. It's law. We have to do it. So we want to make sure that we engage you guys, all of our viewers, in some sassy conversation. Yes, sassy. It's not sassy unless your neck is rolling. Yes. We also want to make sure we empower you to be your authentic selves. Please be who you are. I cannot say that enough. Okay? Be who you are. God made you for a reason. He didn't make you for you to go and try to be somebody else. So please make sure that you are your authentic self. We also want to make sure we encourage you to the next level. Okay? We want to make sure that whatever goals that you have in life, we're encouraging you to accomplish those goals, because we're going to encourage each other. So we're also going to encourage our sister talkers, because there will be no sister talk without our sister talkers. Okay? Absolutely. I think that was a beautiful mission statement wrote by our big sis. So thank you. Thank you. So what's next, guys? Well, we gotta go into our church announcements. Duh. First and foremost, we gotta give praise to the Most High, the Sky Daddy, the Lord. Everybody, please just praise the God. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Ooh. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? So, I only have one church announcement today. This church announcement I actually kind of forgot about, but it's about me. It is about me. So, I am actually going to be featured on a podcast. It is called Me and This B Word. I'm not going to say it. I'm not the B word, but I'm just saying, like, that's what it's called. But I will be talking about Creations by Brittany LLC on the podcast. And we also talk about Sister Talk, how this became a thing. And make sure you guys check that out. It will be airing on April 1st on Spotify. So make sure that you follow Me and This B Word with a Y, not an I, so that you can hear myself on the podcast. So that is the only church announcement that I have today, unless my sisters have anything that they want to add. Otherwise, we can move on. No? Yes. All right. Well, we're going to shake it up a little bit today. Let me get out my handy dandy notebook. So today we are going to talk about the Crown Act. And I am actually going to start the conversation today. I know, usually we have a different flow, but today we gonna put a little razzle dazzle up on that boy. And I'm gonna start it off with I like that little razzle dazzle. That was cute. So I'm gonna just jump right into it, guys. Like I said, I got my notebook here. I took some notes. So if you do not know what the Crown Act is, I'm going to give you a definition. Okay, so the Crown Act is a law that forbids discrimination based on hair texture and hairstyles. The Crown stands for create a respectful and open workplace for natural hair. So, all right, I know we all have maybe not actually been in a situation where you have been discriminated against your hair, but I feel like we all know somebody. And if we don't know somebody, we didn't heard about it. So I just want to give a little more background on the Crown Act, formerly known as the Crown Coalition. So it was founded in 2019 in partnership with Dove, which I'm going to circle back on that in a second. But in partnership with Dove, National Urban League, Color of Change, and Western Center on Law and Poverty. So in my research, I learned that Black women are 80% more likely to change their natural hair to meet social norms within the workplace. So if you don't know what that means, let me say it in a different way. Let me say it in the Sister Talk way. That means that my Black, you know what, is going to change my natural hair that grows out of my natural scalp to be accepted in a workplace that's probably not paying me enough anyway. But that's that.
Period.
I digress. Another fact that I found was Black women are 1.5 times more likely to be sent home from the workplace because of their hair. So you mean to tell me that if I come to work with my hair, how it grows out of my head, I could be sent home. That's a problem. That's a problem. So currently, 19 states have signed the Crown Act into law. That's cute and all of that. But we got way more than 19 states. I feel like we do live in Ohio. Step your game up.
Step your game up.
Yeah, seriously, because I just feel like it's 2023, y'all. It is 2023. Why is my natural hair a problem? You know what I mean? And I feel like it's so many things. There's so many things that can be said here. So many things that could be said here. But upon reading about this, I did learn a lot, because I did know that there's issues in certain workplaces with people wearing their natural hair, Black people in particular, you know. But just reading some of the stories that I read today and learning like how this is really a thing. It's a thing for real. And it's like, it's so much more than what I thought. And I was just like, man, this is really sad. I am lucky to work in a company where I do not have to worry about that. I do not work in office, as most of you know. I don't work in the office, but when I did work in the office, that was something that I was concerned about, because I was natural and I was beginning my natural stage. And, you know, when you first really begin your natural stage, you don't really know what you're doing for real. So I was experimenting with all types of stuff. Okay. So I can remember being in our new hire training, and I had a puff on my head, like my big puff on the top of my head. And we were on our way going to the floor with the rest of the peoples. And I asked the question to one of the managers, like, so is this okay? And everybody just kind of looked at me like, why would you ask that dumb question? Like, somebody actually said to me, like, I'll never forget, it's one of my old coworkers. Her name is Elena. Shout out to Elena. We still cool, even though she called me out. But she was like, that was dumb. But I asked because it was like I said, I was on my natural journey. I wasn't really sure what was acceptable, what was not acceptable. You know, we've all heard about certain things. What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, she got something to say, so I'm about to wrap this up. But what I really loved about that particular manager at the time was when I asked that question, she said, everybody hold tight. She told me to come and take a walk with her. And we went up to the floor. And she said, I just want you to take a look at what you see. And then tell me what you see. So I'm confused. I'm like, I see folks taking calls. Like, what do you mean? And she's like, no, I want you to take a deeper look. Like, tell me what you see. And when I finally realized what she was asking me, I saw so much diversity. I mean, I seen people whose hair looked like mine. I saw people with purple, green, rainbow, tattoos, piercings, all of that. And that was when I realized, like, okay, this is probably where I need to be. But all companies are not like that. And it's sad. You know, I understand that there is a professional standard, you know, but when it comes to what rolls out of my head naturally, that shouldn't be a problem. And it is. And that's all I got to say. Go ahead, Nisha, because you got something to say. She was rocking and rolling.
No, listen. I just wanted to say, like, when you said that you asked, is this okay? What made you feel that you had to ask that? Why did you feel like you had to ask that?
There's two reasons why I felt that way. One was because this is my first time coming into like a multi-million-dollar corporation. Everywhere else was kind of like, you know, a little mom and pop or whatever, what have you. But this was my first time coming into a business like that. So that kind of made me feel the need to ask. Also, too, something that's always in the back of my head, my mama gonna kill me. Love you, Mom. But we used to work at a dealership. I won't say the name of the dealership. We used to work at a dealership, and I used to get my hair done every 2 weeks. And I would have all types of different hairstyles because this was at the time where I was in the music scene. So I would have like my pink streak. That was like my signature hair piece or whatever. I would have a pink streak of hair. And I'll never forget one time my mom was like, the owner's not going to like that. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And she's like, he's going to tell you to take your hair out. And I was so confused. Like, is he going to reimburse me? Like, what do you mean? Like, and so that was something that I think kind of played in my mind as well. when I asked that question. And I still think about that too. Like, because I really still don't understand why she said that. Like, I do, but I don't, because it's like, what have you gone through that made you feel that way? And I don't know that answer. So that was why I asked that.
But then even for you to be walking through the building or walking down the hallway with the whole team of people that's, new, and for you to even feel like you need to ask that, that's definitely something that needs to be changed within the company, multi-millionaire company or whoever you are. Like the atmosphere needs to be changed. The thing of what gets me about this is the government tries to control so much things. You know what I'm saying? To our bodies, our hair. They want us to be chameleons. They want us to change our ways for the environment that we in. And why is it that? Why can't the environment change for us? Because, like you said, this grows up out of my head. It's nothing that says that I need to go get the, excuse me, the creamy crap to straighten my hair out,
Right.
all of that kind of stuff. Why can't I just be me? When you read me on that piece of paper, you hired me because of my skills and what I can do. And I walk into the room and now you looking at a puff and you like, oh, that might not be appropriate. That might not. What is that about? Like they try to control so much. To think of I what was interesting to me when we chose this was because when I was a little girl, my grandmother used to talk about this comedian, and she never combed her hair. She was a white woman, and she never combed her hair, and she would be on the stage looking crazy. And my grandmother was like, "Oh, she just said that she just wanted people to remember her for her. Well, y'all, I want y'all to remember me for my locks. I want y'all to remember me for how good my locks look. And then for you to make me feel like I need to change it. And these white people come in looking like somebody's backyard.
Not somebody's back.
Yeah. Because if we show a picture of the comedian that I'm talking about, you're gonna be like, wow, how did she stay in showbiz? Like, why was that something okay to look at? This been going on for a very long time. It's just attention being drawn to it now because we fed up with it and we tired of them telling us what to do. But if this woman can make millions of dollars and her hair looks like a freaking bird nest, and y'all keep on giving her money, like, come on, we need to move
Not a
on to the
bird,
next
man.
thing. It does. I mean,
It
hopefully
did
we'll be
like
able to
birds.
show y'all the. It does. Hopefully we'll be able to show y'all the picture. We'll put a little post-it up there. Keep looking out for us, y'all, because we might be able to show y'all exactly who I'm talking about, and you're gonna be like, ugh. That is so trifling. A backyard mess. That's exactly what it looked like. See, you was looking like you was biting your lip, like
Well, I want to say that I commend this group and this age of women, of women, of Black people, this generation, the generations that are creating change, because obviously it's not just this new generation that's coming up, but also it's because us being mothers, us being fathers, is like we seeing our kids and we like, nah, this cannot continue to happen. This cannot continue to be the scene that's okay. It's just like it's just like in generational wealth, and like, you know what I'm saying, us tapping into generational wealth and tapping into who we really are and tapping into what we've been, but it's been suppressed for so long, you know what I'm saying? So that's first and foremost. I commend every person that's fighting for us to be able to be our authentic selves in every situation and in every setting, you know what I mean? Because this goes back, and it's just like what Nisha said, it goes back so far. It goes back up until the point to where I can remember being in high school and, you know, certain things of what's going on with your hair, how you was, it's causing a distraction. Or, you know what I mean? It's a distraction. Yeah. It's not a part of our dress code. It's not a part of our, it's you know, a dress code violation or, you know, this or that. And even to the point to where my own personal experience, I had a Caucasian swim instructor. She was my gym teacher, but swim was a part of our gym. You know, it was a part of our curriculum for gym. And so I would not get in the water because if I had a fresh relaxer with chlorine, baby, you're not about to have my hair left in the water. You know what I'm saying? just to pass this class. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? But then also not being accommodated for the ways that we have had to adapt to European culture. You know what I'm saying, down the line, because had I not had my mother not been under the illusion that putting a perm in my hair would make it more manageable, was the only way to make it more manageable. I'll put it that way. Was the only way to make it more manageable, then I probably would have never had a relaxer in my hair. You know what I'm saying? Had I not had a relaxer, I could go swimming at any time, at any given moment. You know what I mean? But if I just got my hair done, it tells you on the packet, if you're doing it correctly, certain chemicals does not need to be mixed. You know, your hair is still fragile. You're basically, it's basically like you putting your hair strands into a restraint that's saying, go this way, go this way. And if you think about it that way, it's like, wow, what? And then having to grow up and like when we did decide and on several occasions, yes, it might have been inspired by several different types of people, but you know, adapting to who we really are. My hair is who I am. It's a part of me. The way that it comes out of my scalp is my identity. This is me, like woven in my hair, like bruh. For me to like try to manipulate it so much to a point just to fit in or just to feel like I fit into a place, or to not be rejected from a position or a team or a school activity because I can't be the face of that. If they take a picture of me, I can't be the face of that because my hair isn't completely in line exactly how it should be, or it isn't super neat, or you know. And for me, that was a complex for a long time. I wanted my hair to be perfect all the time. That's why I wore weave, because even after manipulating it with a relaxer, it was never always perfect. You know what I'm saying? It was never always the same length. It was never always the same exact color all the way across the board. It was never always just exactly waking up like how it is. You know what I mean? I still got to bump the ends. I still got to do this. I still got to do that. And it caused so much damage to my hair. And it wasn't until I went natural that it was like, man, this just me. This just how I am. I can really say I woke up like this. You feel me? Like, this is really it. And if for some people to have that advantage and they say that it's okay, right? It's been a lot of people that's like Caucasian or have finer hair or thinner curls that could throw their hair in a sloppy ponytail and that's the look. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's
that's okay for them, huh?
That's the bedhead is a look. You know what I'm saying? Or the wet hair is a look. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I can't wake up and be like, oh, I'm about to just only get up an hour early because I just need to get dressed, take a shower, whoop, 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 30 minutes to get there and I'm out. No, I got to get up 2 hours early, 3 hours early. I got to make sure my hair look right. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking right. This, and that, and the third. And I got to get my kids together or what, you know, whatever the case may be. And it's like, this is something of what should have come along a long time ago. It really even shouldn't even be something that we got to talk about.
It shouldn't be a discussion.
what? You're not gonna hire me, or you can discriminate against me because of my hair? And it's my natural hair. It's not even green, or it's not blue, it's not rainbow colors, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not none of that. It's natural color, it's natural. This is my hair, how it came out my head. And you want to discriminate against me because of that? You just find a reason. You just trying to find a reason not to like me.
So here's the thing. I believe that I'm not too for sure, but I really feel like this was to make us feel uncomfortable. It was just all about making it. If we tell them that this is the way that it should go, then we gonna make a whole bunch of money off of this creamy crap. Then they gonna want this doggone hair down to their butts. So now they gonna buy the weaves. It was just all about um making us feel uncomfortable to make them look like they were the people that we needed to be like.
The
But
beauty
they
standard.
all got the money.
The beauty
If
standard.
they got the money, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It was a money tactic, and we all have fell for it. I'm never gonna forget when I decided to go natural. It wasn't because I just had this natural thing like, oh, I'm gonna wear my natural hair and blah 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 blah. No, it was because I was tired of giving y'all my money. Like tired of trying to make that doggone relaxer stretch out. Y'all know you had to get your perm done every month. You had to get your hair slayed every 2 weeks, and that was taxing. So I was like, oh no, I ain't about to do this no more. I'm just about to go natural and cut all my hair off and
Mhm.
let it be.
I'm cutting some
And
hair off. Okay.
okay, I would cut it off in a minute. Like, hey, it's just hair. It'll grow back.
Mhm.
But just to get to that point, like to quit giving y'all my money and just let me be who I am. It was just a financial thing. That's what it was. They wanted to get their money and once again they made a lot of money off of us.
I mean, in addition to that too, though, I mean, obviously it's always about money. It's always somebody got to make some cash, okay? I mean, because even at this point, people is buying our companies and stuff and still portraying to be black owned. But uh
And they make the stuff that we use for our hair, they make it be so high. Like what?
mhm.
Please, I put some doggone grease and water in conditioner and keep it moving.
For a
Like
$5
whatever.
aloe, $5 aloe, I would grow it and put it in the blender for myself.
Okay.
Uh,
Jack
but
of all trades.
in addition to that, though, in addition to that, this like obsession with being not becoming a minority, this obsession with being a beauty standard, being being on top, you know what I'm saying? And obviously everybody always wants to be like the person that's on top, you know? And for us, for us to only see people with straight hair, to only see people that didn't look like us in media, to be you know, the beauty standard, it really impacted us a lot. But like I said, I commend everybody. I thank God for social media to an extent, you know what I'm saying? Because it allows for us to showcase, like this platform we have here, it allows for us to showcase all different types of hair. It allows for us to showcase everything that we are going through and let people know, like, you're not the only person that's going through it. Because I'm pretty sure, I know that you guys, and I can't really recall exactly where the student was, but the young man that had locks and he was wrestling, and they were saying for whatever reason now all of a sudden this is against the dress code. Wait, what?
The young lady that played basketball and she had the beads in her head and they sat there and took her hair out and took the beads out her head.
Mm.
Like this First of all, we know that when we're playing sports, we get our hair braided because we don't want it to be all over the place, hanging all in our face, and this, that, and other. It's not about just we want to have that ponytail, but we also want to,
Be
make it look
versatile.
good. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Who are you to tell me that I can't wear my braids? He can't wear
Because for
his
some
wives.
reason, when you got braids in your hair, you can't dunk. That's pretty much what it is.
Right. Is it dribble at this point? Can I not pin you down because I got locks? Like, what do y'all think? This is like Samson and Delilah or something. Like, do you think you can remove my strength? Like that's just not how it works. It's not how it works at all.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that though, honestly, we do have power in our hair. I mean, that's a joke, but it's like when I changed my hair, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I be saying this all the time. When I got my locks, I promise you it was the best thing I could have did. It made me feel so different about myself.
Was you liberating?
I was, Grand Rising,
Black Goddess.
Like, you feel me?
I was waiting for Grand Rising.
Lately, I have been craving a 30-inch bust down, but but I haven't had any weave in my hair for over a year. Like actual, like, sew-in, or I haven't worn a wig or nothing like that. And for me, that's an accomplishment because I would change my hair so much. I would do totally different styles, like from the east to the west, honey. You would be like, this is a totally different person. But I feel like with my locks, I have so much more identity. So, like just so much more like, okay, this is me. Like, this is my signature style. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me, and if I do switch it up, don't get me wrong. So y'all don't be hating if I come out here next month with the buzz down. You feel me? Like we've been craving. But don't get me wrong. It's just like, this is me though. I wake up with this same hair. This hairstyle done lasted me 2 weeks already. I'm gonna take it down. It's still gonna be a hairstyle. You feel me?
I feel like that about my natural
always
hair.
gonna be a hairstyle. Like, I'm always ready, and it takes away so much time of me trying to be appropriate for the world. You know what I'm saying? Or getting myself together for the world. This is me. This is how it is. I might put my edges down. I might not. You might get the mini afro when it's time for a retwist. You might get the fresh retwist, but that's me. It's me. Period. I feel like that's just the best thing about it.
Well, I felt like that about my natural hair, my curls. It was me. It was so many people would talk about it like, you might want to do this. Oh, have you ever thought of doing this? And I used to be like, no, I'm just gonna wet it and go. Like, no, I don't need to do anything. Like, oh, well, you might want to take it and push it back. Like, no, this, my curls.
I told you. Huh? Who told you that? Where they at?
Girl, that's like that one video. I'm gonna have to make a video for this episode where she be like, you need to get your hair done. Like, now.
Not at all. This is my hair. It's
done. This is just it. It's done. This
like,
is how it's gonna go.
I love my curls.
I got a question for y'all. And it's kind of off topic, kind of not, kind of is. So how do y'all feel about these companies now, quote unquote, embracing darker skin or embracing naturalness or embracing natural bodies? I have a love-hate relationship with that. The reason being is because of the time frame. None of that started until Black Lives Matter. None of that started until George Floyd. Now everybody is, embrace your natural beauty, show your curls and all that stuff. And I think it's nice, yay, you know, we're finally being
Kudos.
placed in the media and all of that stuff. But I feel like it is just a way of portraying, oh, you know, we care. You don't. You don't. Now it's different when it's like, okay, Savage by Fenty, Rihanna's a lingerie brand. I mean, she black. But at the same time, she didn't really start doing that until those, you know, those things that I mentioned a little earlier. I think it's nice that you're embracing people with stretch marks or with rolls or with darker skin or, you know, their natural hair. But why haven't you been doing that? So I have this love-hate relationship with it. Like, I like to see it when I see it, but at the same time, I'll be like side-eyeing, like, why you ain't do that before? So how do y'all feel about that?
So for me, it's that money thing again. The money didn't change. They see that we ain't going for the creamy crab, so let's change it. Let's be like, oh, this is what they want to do. Let's embrace the black people. Let's call them over here. Let's hypnotize them to this. And no, beat it. Like I'm gonna still use blue magic and water and whatever conditioner I can get.
The blue magic is my blue crack. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I got eating on Blue Magic right now, so.
Cause it's the bomb. No?
But I
Don't say
feel
like it's a real drug.
I feel like black people, I feel like we said this before. Black people, black women are lit. Okay. We make everything we make everything popular. We make everything good. We make
From our
everything.
butts to our
We make
necks.
we make everything. Like, once black people say it's cool, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Once black people say, hey, we rocking with this, or we about to wear this, we about to wear that, that's what we do. I mean, let's be real. Ralph Lauren ain't barely had no black folk in none of his campaign ads. But guess who was wearing Ralph Lauren polo for the past 10 years, for the past decade? Black boys, you know what I'm saying? It's been the black men. They got their polos on. They wear everything polo. Boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Nikes, you know what I mean? Like the whole nine. And so now it's like for me, it's like a love-hate relationship too, Brittany, because it's like we've been screaming like inclusion. But then when people start including us, we also can't be like, oh, now you want to include us.
Right.
You know? But I do also feel like I follow a lot of like makeup companies when Fenty first came out, right? So I was really like getting into it. Me and Dominique was learning how to do our makeup. Like, yeah, we gonna be ready all the time. I think we was about to go to Miami or something. So, you know, we was ready to our makeup down, like how we gonna be doing it and stuff like that, so we could do it ourselves. And so Fenty had came out with 40 shades. And that included hot and cold, you feel me? Because your undertone, you could be the same skin tone as somebody, but your undertone could be red, it could be yellow, it could be neutral. It's so many different things. And so this is a way to make sure you ain't looking casket ready and it actually matches skin tone, because they will only give like neutral skin, neutral tones for black people. And so with a neutral tone, if you got like a yellow undertone or a red undertone, it's gonna come up gray on you and it doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? And so Fenty came out with this with 40 shades, and it was like only, I want to say, 2 or 3 more companies that really had shades that varied from like dark, very dark to very pale, and a lot of pale people obviously were included always by all of the brands. And it wasn't until Rihanna came out and was like, yes, this is what I want to do, but I want to start with my foundation and my concealer, and I want to make sure that we try to include as many people as we can, because obviously you can't always perfectly match everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's billions of people on the earth, you know what I mean? But she came out with a multiple array of shades. And it wasn't until then that other companies started to come out with more shades of foundation and more shades of, you know, concealers and all of this kind of stuff. And that's one of the other things that was like, okay, like now y'all want to include us, but we still gonna shop with the Black girl first. You know, if she out of hers, then all right, then we gonna go shop with this
We'll
person.
get
And I think that that's when it's okay. Is to me, when it's okay is when you're giving people that look like us that opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying? So not necessarily let them own the brand, but at least let them have the opportunity to be the face of the brand, or you know, get those promotion boxes to tell us really about it. Don't be trying to sell to me with your skinny, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, oh, Forever 21. I used to always shop Forever 21. Then I got thick. Like, girl, I don't know if that's really gonna fit me because the model that's on there is not looking like me. You know what
They
I'm
got some thick clothes, girl. They got some thick clothes. I
saying?
be in there. They got some thick
but
clothes.
but you know what I'm saying though, like it's like, you know, the representation matters. It really does. And then when Lizzo came out with Giddy, you know what I'm saying? With her shapewear. And it's like, okay, I believe you. Like
I
now
like
we
Giddy.
believe you because it's Lizzo.
Wait,
She big and she
wait,
okay, cool. It's all we gonna include the skinny girls too, so it's cool, you know. But
wait, wait. Lizzo. Shout out to Lizzo because homegirl really believe in showing her big. Mm, Anytime you see her, ain't no shame in her game. It's out. She like, looky, it's right here. But
yeah, but she
I
are
would
her
say,
authentic self.
yes, she is.
She is her
At all
authentic self.
times. It's like she
Lizzo,
get you
hit us
all the
up.
time. Look, she get you all
Right.
the time. She got the little nice when you look at it, be like, oh, that's real cute. And then she turn around and it's like, bam, right in your
Shout out to
face. She
Lizzo. If you want to be
don't.
on the show, hit us up, Lizzo.
You can send us some Yitty.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
Okay, I'll
no,
take me some.
me
But
too.
I've got a question. How do you feel? But this is a thing for y'all. How do you feel about when the others wear our hairstyles, or when you see that Caucasian girl with the braids and she's adding hair and
So I think that would be moving more towards cultural appropriation. And Nisha, you might be jumping the gun a little bit. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But before we move on to the cultural appropriation, please remember that question. I do want to say this part, ask y'all this question, because I know that we all, like, you got granddaughters, I got a daughter, Brittany got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And then you got sons that got locks and hair, and they've been growing their hair. My question is, okay, how can I question this? How can I put this? Because I feel like the people that's pushing this law, or like getting it more vocalized and more out there, are obviously like the parents. The students can't do it, or the younger people can't do it. The ones that are younger, they can't do it, but they're speaking up for their kids. What do you say in the situation to your child when they come home, or they come to you and somebody has said something about their hair, and it could have been somebody that's Black or white, because let's be honest, it's a lot of us who have not truly embraced natural hair, who has not truly embraced locks, and it's a movement right now with locks. People just thinking it's nappy or like unkept. What do you say at that moment, like when your child is coming to you about their hair?
Well, it's not appropriate when I say, but I'll try to we've actually been in this situation not too long ago. Aria came home and she said it was like right after taking her hair down. I'm letting it breathe for about a week, before we get it braided. And she said she didn't want to wear her puff to school anymore. Now, I think that I may have said before, Aria's school is maybe majority Middle Eastern and Caucasian, and a little sprinkle of pepper up in there. Not that matters, but whatever. The point is she didn't want to wear her puff anymore. So I asked her why. And she said because somebody told her hair was nappy. So, the first response I give, I have to give, the first response. Y'all already know I'm going to tell her F them, because that's what I do. It is what it is. But I actually sat down and spoke with her about it, and I said, first of all, do you know what nappy means? And she was like, no, I don't know what it means, but it probably means ugly. So right there was when I had to like really, really speak life into her. And I think that might have been around the time too when we started doing the affirmations, which she hates doing, by the way. But I had to really sit down and have a conversation with my baby and tell her, just like what we were talking about, like, this is who you are. This is your natural hair. This is what comes out of your scalp. And if they have a problem with it, that's okay. But you always love yourself. This is who you are. And you have to understand that everybody ain't going to love you. Everybody ain't going to love your hair. Everybody going to love your appearance. That's fine. But you stay true to you. And like we say, be your authentic self and love you. That was after I told her, the first response. But once we had that conversation, and I really just started, building her up and doing the affirmations with her that she hates so much, I feel like it helped with her confidence. She went to school with a pup yesterday and she was quite fine, so I think maybe it worked. I did ask, but I think what really made her comfortable with the puff was the basketball pictures, because she had her puff in her basketball pictures, and that particular day she got so many compliments on her hair at the basketball game, and it made her feel good. So I really think that probably helped a lot too. But when in situations like that, you just gotta speak life into these babies, because the world gonna break them down when they're young. They don't care. But as parents, it is our job to build them back up. And I feel like that's what I did.
I know for me, Madison and we just recently went through this. They needed to get their hair done, and they didn't want to take their braids down. And the thing was, no, we can't. We just gonna wear it like this for another week. They both were saying this. We're just gonna wear it like this for another week because we want to have long hair. Their hair is short, but it ain't bald head. They ain't bald head. They can put a puff in their head and keep it moving. But they have it in their mind that long is where it's at. Macy Ann don't care. She be like, whatever. G-Mine's gonna put a ponytail in my head and I'm out of here. But I think that also we can speak life into these kids, but we are the ones that has to set the example. When they come to me, I wear my natural hair. When they're at home, their mom don't. And so that's what they see. And so we could take that situation. I don't know how she handled it when they were at home, but I told them like, "Hey, y'all a black girl magic. The doggone hair is just something extra. You know what I'm saying? We sit here, we detangle this. You know what I do? Put that puff in your head." I'm lying, because I don't let them go to school with a puff. We put several puffs, something like Macy will go with a puff, but for Madison and them, no. But I think that we could speak life into it, or it could be opposite. But you, as mothers of daughters, you set the tone for your daughters. The way that you look is the way that they want to look. The way that their mother looked, She keeps her hair in braids. She's always doing something different. And so they think that that is how it's supposed to be. All the way to lashes, us getting ready for church. And they was talking about, oh, I want to wear some lashes. And I was like, no, you don't. When you get older, you just put some mascara on. Like, and keep it moving, y'all. So I think that you guys as mothers, y'all set that tone for them. My sons, they were sons. They were supposed to be boy head kids. And we see how that turned out. They
They
all
were
cut
supposed to be
hair.
boy. Yeah.
Yes, boys don't walk around with hair, and my kids walk around with hair longer than mine. Go figure.
I think that with Eden, oh my gosh, Eden just got her hair done and she is like feeling herself. She's like looking in the mirror
As she should, because she looks
and
very cute.
like,
I mean, she got
yeah,
lemonade
me
braids.
and stuff and everything. But I
Like,
think that every time so far, so she only 2, y'all, 2, almost 2.5. Every time that I do her hair, after I wash her hair, first of all, washing her hair is like a headache. But since I've been kind of like blow drying it with the comb blow dryer, making it easier for me to style it. After I blow dry it, I like just stick it up all over and just be like, "Oh my gosh, look at your hair.
uh,
Your hair looks so good." And she be like, "Call my dad. Look at my hair." Like and I think that part like helps to say how pretty you look
mm-hmm.
in every single stage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Not just when you got your hair freshly done, not just, you know what I'm saying, when is this or when is that, but saying how beautiful you are in every stage. Because I know my niece had kind of went through that on my mom's side, Lily, and she didn't want to wear her natural hair. She didn't want to wear her puff. She thought it was not
Oh,
cute, and it was like Dominique would call all of us like, look at Lily, look at her hair. And so of course it was like, oh, Lily, so good. So after, same way with Ori, right? So after a few people was like, okay, girl, I see you, your hair getting long, and whoopty whoop. She was like, oh, okay,
mm,
mom, I
all
can
right.
wear hair like this. Like, um,
That look good.
right. And then my other niece, she went through a thing where she didn't want to get bobos and ponytails. She only wanted braids. And it was like, first of all, ma'am, you're a tall 9-year-old, so chill. Um, you need to look like a child.
Hello.
But
Hello. My goodness.
but just like reminding her, like, girl, you is cute, like just like how you are in every stage. As soon as you wake up with the crust in your eye, it's cute. You should still wash your face though,
Mm.
but you're still cute.
Brush your teeth.
Right.
Her.
But you're still cute
Right.
though. It doesn't change. Um, you're still cute. And your confidence
Yeah.
honestly outweighs any appearance that you can
Mhm.
have, because I've seen guys who have been dirt ugly but have been very confident and pulled all of the chicks. So that is a true
Dirt
testament.
ugly.
Dirt ugly.
Wow.
You got to be one ugly player to be dirt ugly.
I am
You
just
know,
saying, it's just
talking
a true
about this, talking about this like this, it made me think about that TikTok, or it's on Instagram, where the little girl is getting her hair combed, and the lady combing her hair and she's crying, and the little girl say, "I'm ugly," and the hairdresser like, "You ugly? What do you mean you ugly?" And she started telling her like, "You is beautiful," and she's combing her hair. Her feeling that she was ugly and she's
testament.
at a stranger house getting her hair done, that just even goes back to what I say about, you are their mother.
Mm-hmm.
You have the first, you speak the first life into them and let them know that they're
Mhm.
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Boys as well, and being handsome. That's probably why they hair longer than mine. Because I used to be like, y'all look so good. Y'all gonna be a blessing to somebody. just, ooh, she's looking so fine. And then the hair just started growing and growing. But it made me think about that little girl, how she thought that she was ugly. Somebody had to tell her
Yeah.
that she was ugly. And that hairdresser was like, no, you not. And she just brushing her hair and just speaking affirmations to her. And when it's all done and over with, she like, I'm pretty. And I was like, oh.
Period. 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 Big part.
It's very
Yeah.
important though, even as a parent, like you said Dominique was doing, sometimes you got to call the reinforcements, the village. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, help me out here. And I've gotten to the point now. This is so bad. I tell Aria that she's beautiful so much that sometimes she be like, can you stop? I heard you 5 minutes ago.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
She has said, Mom, can you stop?
You do gotta call the reinforcements though. Hey, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but as a white woman, I love correcting other white women about black hair. I don't know why. Marginalized cultures, like African slaves, don't pass things on to white people. White people steal those things. That's called cultural appropriation. Like this, or this. So I'd like to talk about this absolutely fantastic article I just saw a couple weeks ago about the history of black hairstyles. Before I even get into the various African cultures that you seem to be such an expert on, let's talk about African American culture. Growing up, many black women have fond memories of sitting between the legs of mothers and aunties, head tilted to one side as our hair was tightly braided. It's almost a rite of passage, sitting for hours, a sore scalp, the soothing feeling of cool gel running between the neatly parted braids at the end. Considering you don't even know what Bantu knots are, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's not part of your culture. It is absolutely a major fixture in black cultures. Bantu knots, along with other types of hairstyles, became popular in the 1500s amongst African slaves in South America. A Bantu knot symbolized that a person was heading towards a mountainous area and signaled other slaves to either follow them, help conceal them, or aid them in some other way. Bantu knots, not twisty buns or whatever you call them. Tight braids gathered up in a bun called departes symbolized to other slaves that a slave was about to leave and that their departure was imminent. Cornrows are called cornrows because slaves would often take seeds and kernels of corn or various other crops so that they could take them with them to their new settlement and start crops for their own people once they escaped. Form follows function. That function was survival and escape. And if you are not respectful and mindful of the mindset of those people when they created these hairstyles, you don't know what a Bantu knot is, then you don't get to argue with black people about their hair. Culture is about experience. Culture is personal and emotional. It's funny, I've been looking at all these pictures and I can't find any with any white people in them. Why do you think that is?